What's up, ladies? Today I'm going to be rating glute exercises from worst to best. Let's do it. Firstly, what do glutes do? Like, how are they activated? The glutes perform three main movements. They extend, abduct, externally rotate the leg. Extension of the leg would be glute kickback. Abduction of the leg is when the leg is lifted out to the side, away from the center line, like when you take a step to the side. External rotation is when the leg turns outwards, pointing the feet out like a duck. Okay, one of the absolutely worst exercises you can do to grow your glutes is this kickback on a Stairmaster machine. You'll see girls doing this on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, etc. Definitely a lot of the girls that are looking for views. This right now is not doing anything for your glutes other than some kind of strange stretch. Yeah, you might be doing a little bit of cardio, but try not to do two things at once. This is basically doing nothing for your glutes. Another exercise I recommend not to do is this kind of strange side sitting single leg press. Even if there's sensation that feels okay, it's not a great position to be in to actually stretch and contract the glutes. You're trying to kind of do two things at once, like I said as the last exercise, just don't do it. Number one, worst exercise that I see people doing that you shouldn't do is this cable pull-through movement. Just don't fucking do it. All right, next up we have okay exercises for the glutes. Now there's nothing wrong with the exercises, but they're not the best exercises for your glutes. Coming up here is lunges. Lunges are actually a lot of quads, especially if you're upright like Alicia is here. I would suggest other split leg or other single leg exercises that are better for your glutes. A bonus tip, if you do like lunges and you want to make them more towards the great side of a glute exercise, what I want you to focus on is hinging at the hip when you go down. Another thing I want you to focus on is hinging at the hip and making sure the knee's not going too far forward. So as you go down, hinge at the hip and then straighten up on the way up. Good. And then hinge at the hip on the way down. And what you're doing here is, go again. We're creating a more stretched position for the glute and we're not creating as much of a bend in the quads. This is going to be better for your glutes. Okay, another okay exercise for glutes is leg press. Now, there's certain variations of leg press when you can make it more glute dominant, but let's be honest, your quad's going to be worked a lot and you're going to end up growing your quads with your growth of your glutes. There is better options than leg press if you want to just grow your glutes. Okay, another okay exercise for glutes, and a lot of people will actually argue with me for this, deadlifts. Normal deadlifts go all the way to the floor, Alicia. You're actually having to go quite deep, and there's a lot of bending through the knees, which is actually a lot of quads. Some people aren't gonna feel that much glutes on deadlifts, and there's gonna be a better variation, which we're gonna talk about in the next great exercise area. So the reason why Romanian deadlifts are much better exercises for glutes rather than deadlifts is because you're getting more of a hip hinge and less of a knee bend. The glutes stay under tension the whole time, and it's not as fatiguing for the glutes. We're on to best exercises for glutes. Something that should be in your glute program pretty much all the time is a variation of this, hip thrust. As you can see, Alicia's got great technique, and what you'll notice is the hardest part of this exercise is at the top. So you're getting that hard position correct at the top. You're getting a squeeze and a shortening of the muscle fibers. This is a staple exercise in the Booty by Jax program. The Bulgarian split squat, using a forward-leaning position. We're isolating the glute on this side, so we're working a little bit of the side glute and the glute max. You're gonna get a lot from this exercise. Add this to your glute program. Another great exercise for glutes, alternating reverse lunge or reverse split squat. As you can see, Alicia is using a soft knee on the front. She is making sure she's leaning forward and driving her hips back while she does it. This should be in your glute program at least 3 to 4 times per year. Okay, honorable mentions. Cable kickback or any kickback movement. Some will say it's not your best bang for buck, but when it comes to isolating the glute, if you're happy with your hamstring muscle size, if you're happy with your quad muscle size, and you really want to just isolate your glute, this is a great way of doing that towards the end of your workout after you have lifted heavy. Next up on the honorable mention, if you want to work and isolate your side glutes, you want to have an exercise where you're kicking your leg out to the side. This can definitely be added into the great exercise selection, But because you can't lift a lot of weight, it's not going to give you your maximum size for the glute, but add it in towards the end of your workout. Okay, if you don't have access to a cable machine, these are a great exercise to work the side of your glutes and strengthen your hip stability. I will also add these to honorable mention. If you have one side of your glutes that is visually smaller, or even one side of your glute that is physically weaker, I recommend adding in a variation of single leg hip thrust. This is one variation where you're up on a box, and I'll show you the next variation now. The other variation where your back isn't on a box, you're just laying on the floor like this. This is a great variation. If you want to make it harder, straighten that leg out while you do it. If you want to make it even harder, you bring the leg out this way while you do it.
Oh.
I've taken you through some of the worst exercises, some decent or okay exercises, and some great exercises, plus the honorable mentions. Now, I'm not saying that certain variations of the okay exercises can't be great. And also, I'm not saying that some of the great exercises might not work for you. What you want to take from this is, for example, a kickback on a or a kickback on a Stairmaster is not going to grow your glutes, and some of the in-between stuff may not be right for you. Try these out and see what feels best for you. If you want even more of a personalized help, we offer online coaching. The link is in the description below. You'll get a personalized meal plan and a custom workout program. Let me help you out.